The history of dragons. Dragons are among the most popular and enduring of the world's mythological creatures, believed to have been real for centuries. Dragon tales are known in many cultures, from the Americas to Europe, and from India to China. They have a long and rich history in many forms and continue to populate our books, films and television shows, as brave heroes routinely fight to slay the beasts. It's not clear when or where stories of dragons first emerged, but the huge, flying serpents were described at least as early as the age of the ancient Greeks and Sumerians. According to Scott G. Bruce in his introduction to The Penguin Book of Dragons, in the ancient world they took the form of enormous serpents, ready to crush with their coils and kill with their venomous breath. For much of history, dragons were thought of as being like any other mythical animal, sometimes useful and protective, other times harmful and dangerous. That changed when Christianity spread across the world. Dragons took on a decidedly sinister interpretation and came to represent Satan. In medieval times, most people who heard anything about dragons knew them from the Bible, and it's likely that most Christians at the time believed in the literal existence of dragons. The belief in dragons was based not just in legend but also in hard evidence, or at least that's what people thought, long ago. For millennia no one knew what to make of the giant bones that were occasionally unearthed around the globe, and dragons seemed a logical choice for people who had no knowledge of dinosaurs. Though most people can easily picture a dragon, people's ideas and descriptions of dragons vary dramatically. Some dragons have wings, others don't. Some dragons can speak or breathe fire, others can't. Some are only a few feet long, others span miles. Some dragons live in palaces under the ocean, while others can only be found in caves and inside mountains. The word dragon comes from the ancient Greek word drakonta, meaning to watch, suggesting that the beast guards treasure, such as mountains of gold coins or gems. Dragons are one of the few monsters cast in mythology primarily as a powerful and fearsome opponent to be slain. They don't simply exist for their own sake, they exist largely as a foil for bold adventurers. Other mythical beasts such as trolls, elves and fairies interact with people, sometimes mischievously, sometimes helpfully, but their main role is not as a combatant. The Christian Church created legends of righteous and godly saints battling and vanquishing Satan in the form of dragons. Vanquishing a dragon was not only an important career opportunity for any ambitious saint, knight or hobbit, but according to legend it was also a way to raise armies. Scholars believe that the fire-breathing element of dragons came from medieval depictions of the mouth of hell. The entrance to hell was often depicted as a monster's literal mouth, with the flames and smoke characteristic of Hades belching out. If one believes not only in the literal existence of hell, but also the literal existence of dragons as satanic, the association is quite logical. Medieval theology aside, few people today believe in the literal existence of dragons in the way they may believe in the existence of Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, for example. The dragon, or at least the dragon version most familiar to Westerners, is simply too big and too fantastic to take seriously or literally. In the modern age of satellite imagery and smartphone photos and videos, it's simply implausible that any giant, winged fire breathers inhabit Earth's lands or skies unseen. However, only a few centuries ago rumors of dragons seem to have been confirmed by eyewitness accounts from sailors returning from Indonesia who reported encountering dragons, Komodo dragons, a type of monitor lizard, which can be aggressive, deadly, and reach 10 feet, 3 meters, in length. In a possible parallel to dragons, it was previously believed that the bite of a Komodo dragon was especially deadly because of toxic bacteria in its mouth, though that myth was debunked in 2013 by a team of researchers from the University of Queensland. Dragons, in one form or another, have been around for millennia. Dragons have continued to spark our collective imagination and show no sign of dying out.